What's up, everybody? I'm Sara.
I'm Shauna.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Bobby, and this is Speaking of Missing Persons. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Speaking of Missing Persons, and welcome to the new listeners. Before we get started on today's episode, a little bit of business. We have another show, Speaking of Murders. If you like this, you like that, go check it out. If you have a case that you want to hear on the show, send that to speakingofmissingpersons@gmail.com. If you want to see photos linked with today's episode, check out our socials. Those are linked in the show notes and the episode description. And if you want to support the show, there's two ways you can do that. Share it. Share the episode, share the show with whoever you know. You know, your friends, family, coworkers, whoever. That helps us out more than anything. And if you want to go a step beyond that, we have a Patreon. We're putting out bonus episodes there every other weekend. So you can get subscribed to that, get those, and you'll get a shout out on the show. So all of that stuff said, Shauna's going to be telling us about the missing person today. Who are we talking about today?
Missing persons.
Two missing peoples.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are we talking about?
The two missing people are Shaina, Kirkpatrick, and Sasha Henson.
Okay.
There's a lot more people involved.
Okay.
So get your pencil.
Oh, am I building a family tree on this one?
No. March 28th, 2001, a woman named Christina Meyer and a man named Frank O'Haring showed up in Portland, Oregon. Using a phone book, Christina contacted a woman, her old childhood friend, Camilla.
Camilla?
Camilla, not sure.
We're not 100% sure.
Exactly.
We sat here and debated for a while. We're going to go with Camilla. Christina told Camilla her and Frank were looking for possible places to live in the Portland area.
So they just moved there with no plan?
No, they didn't move there. They were visiting.
Oh, okay.
But they were potentially going to move there. Camilla lived with her two daughters, Shaina, who was 3 years old, and Sasha, who was 2 months old. Christina and Frank spent the next week around Camilla and the girls before Frank offered to take the three of them, like those three, Christina and himself, on a 2-week vacation to British Columbia, Canada.
Okay.
Excited, Camilla accepted the offer. Okay, and then like the dates that I got all over the internet were fucking crazy weird because it would say that they stayed for a week, but then this happened and then that didn't line up. So I did my own math for this.
Okay.
It was like people were just confused.
Okay.
On April 4th, Christina, Frank, Camilla, and the girls left for Canada.
All right.
2 days into the trip, Camilla's mother had passed away. But her
shit.
But her family couldn't reach her to tell her.
That's a shame.
And it's 2001. There were cell phones or pagers, or there was a way to
Right, a hotel phone, wherever they're staying.
Right. April 5th, 2001, so the day before her mom died, they had made it to Sacramento to get a copy of Camilla's birth certificate. Frank had convinced her she needed this to get into Canada.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Later that day, in Redding, California, Camilla, Shaina, and Sasha were seen with Christina and Frank at a hotel. This would be the last time anyone would see the girls, the little girls.
Her daughters.
Yeah.
Okay.
April 20th, 2001, an off-duty cop came across Christina shot to death with a .22 caliber rifle at a picnic table at Collier County rest stop in Florida.
In Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, from April 5th, 4th
Yeah, 5th.
to the 20th.
Yeah, I know, but they were supposed to be going to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
No, true. Yeah, that's the opposite direction of Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frank was close by, only half alive, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
Okay.
Not what I expected.
No.
They airlifted him to the Lee Memorial Hospital in Naples, Florida, but he had died later that day.
I was expecting you to say they found Camila, also.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw this out here. This was a murder-suicide.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I gathered.
Yeah, it was like a
Okay,
pact.
yeah.
thing.
So I was just trying to make it clear that that's what this was. Camila's birth certificate was found ripped in half in a trash can at the rest stop. Police took a further look into that and discovered that Camila's bank cards had been used to purchase gas, food, and numerous road trip necessities across the states between April 6th and April 9th. Christina had also obtained a fake ID under Camila's name in Nevada. In the rest area parking lot sat the Kia Sophia car they had driven across country.
Bobby's like, I understand it's a car, but I've never heard of it.
Well, it's literally spelled Sephaia. Sophia.
Yeah. Okay.
Inside were Camila's wallet, credit cards, calling card, and phone book.
A calling card? Like a phone card?
Yeah,
Oh,
like a
okay.
phone card.
It's got minutes loaded on it and stuff.
Right.
Gotcha.
So basically, all of her stuff was in this car still. They also
That's a tiny car to go on a road trip in with that many people. It's like little.
let me see,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't look it up. That would
Okay.
suck. I mean, it would fit 5 people though.
We've done worse.
I know we have.
I mean, for the love of God, I was in the back of a Mustang with a man whose seat touched the back seat. So I had
Yeah,
to
we
sit.
were all back there with
We
you.
were back there
Yeah,
with
but
you.
you guys always stuck me behind him, so I couldn't
You were
unbend
the
my
smallest
legs.
at the
Yeah.
time.
I couldn't unbend my legs.
You had the
Me and
shortest legs.
Samantha had to share floorboard space.
It was fucking terrible. Horrible times. Inside was a diaper bag, which was the only evidence that kids were ever in the car. The car seats weren't in the car.
Okay.
So, it was the diaper bag and that was it. They did find dirty diapers in the trash can at the rest stop as well, that they assumed belonged to the 2 little girls. April 28th, 37 miles north of Wadsworth, Nevada, around the Pyramid Lake, Camila's body was discovered.
So they pretty much went to California, got her birth certificate, went to Nevada, killed her, used her birth certificate to get an ID for Christine, did something with the children there,
Yep.
And then went to Florida
and then went to
did a
Florida
murder-suicide.
and
Well, no, because they would have had to have taken the kids with them because they found dirty diapers.
in Nevada.
No, at the rest stop in Florida.
Except they could have just been.
Oh, okay. So they took the kids all the way with them to Florida.
Don't know. The dirty diapers could have just been in the car. And they're like, well, let's throw these away. Because the car seats were never found. Who really knows where the kids were and when? We just know that they were last seen on April 5th.
In California.
In California, yeah, at a hotel. She had been partially buried. She had been beaten with a hatchet and shot with the same gun that Christina and Frank had used in the murder-suicide.
Holy shit. With a hatchet? Really?
I'm gonna assume that since they say beat with it, that it was the blunt end of the hatchet, not like the sharp side.
Even still, it's terrible. This is when it had been discovered that Frank was a fugitive from Stewartsville, Missouri. He had skipped a court hearing for the attempted murder by strangling of his ex-wife. By ex-wife, they mean estranged. They hadn't actually gotten a divorce yet at this point.
Okay.
It was believed that while Frank was in Missouri, he ran a Satanist group, which is how he met Christina. Like, she was a member of that. It wasn't confirmed, but that's what they believe.
If they were, they obviously weren't very good members.
And why is that?
Have you never done any kind of research on the Church of Satan?
I mean, a little. Not like full depth.
They're not about
no, they're not
hurting people or fucking people's lives up or murder or kidnap or any of that stuff. I mean,
no, not if you're like a real Satanist.
Yeah.
No, it's more, from my understanding, about just being all about yourself, like taking care of you. Yes, taking care of yourself and not worrying about anybody else but you.
It was also discovered that when Christina had introduced Frank to Camila, she referred to him as her husband, Curtis.
Curtis. Okay.
Yeah, so she couldn't use an alias with Camila because they grew up together, but so she gave Frank one.
Gotcha.
So even if it wasn't 2001 and she wanted to do research on this man that she had just met, she couldn't because she didn't even know his real name. As of 2021, Shaina and Shausha still haven't been found. No part of them have been found. No one's come forward with any information about them. The last spotting was in California. That's it.
I would say they're somewhere in Nevada with their mother.
I kind of hope that they got taken. It sounds weird, but that they got taken to an orphanage. Because technically all they needed was Camila's information to do whatever the fuck it is they had plans on doing.
Unless they were going to use the children to pretend like they are, a family.
I just don't even understand what the fuck they were doing in the first place. Like, you took this girl and her kids to steal her identity, but then you drive to Florida and commit murder-suicide, but for what point?
I feel like that was a last resort situation.
But they weren't even being chased.
Shit was not going according to plan, and they weren't intentionally trying to kill Camila, and shit went awry there, and then things between Frank and Christine probably started to get... There's probably a lot of tension and a lot of, what the fuck do we do? A lot of paranoia, a lot of panic,
yeah,
and then it's just there's potential there that it was not an agreed upon murder suicide.
They
don't
know that.
I just feel like you would, I don't know, in my mind, if you're not actively being chased by the police currently.
Well, I mean, he's a fugitive, so he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, except he's all the way in Florida. It's not like police are hot on their tail and this is a last resort.
Yeah, but you also don't know what his mental state was and the level of paranoia that possibly was already there.
A lot of dumb shit just to kill.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it was all pointless.
It was completely pointless.
It was entirely all pointless.
It's very dumb.
Kamila should still be alive. Like, this shouldn't have happened. There was absolutely no reason for it.
Just, if the end result is you're killing yourself.
I don't think that was the intended end
I don't
result.
think that was
That
either.
was a snap to
Yeah,
snafu.
I don't know, but
There was a snag in the plan.
This all happens within a 2-week time period. Seems a little weird. If you would have murder-suicide yourselves like 6 months after you killed her and her children,
I feel like
possibly.
Christina could have been the one to panic, and she might have even went, hey, I'm going to go talk to the police. Like, I feel
I
bad.
doubt
This
it.
was my childhood friend.
I doubt it.
But it's entirely possible. And he's like, no, fuck that, and shot her, and then was like, well, fuck that, and shot himself.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just one of the, to me, it's one of the most fucked up. It makes no sense.
That's why I wanted to tell this.
And I'm sure that if the car seats are missing,
That's why I'm like, maybe they did, like, sell them or give them to an
I don't think
orphanage,
they
and they're like,
sold
here's
them.
their
I
stuff.
literally think that they probably threw them in some body of water in their
I'm
car
just saying,
seats.
I'm trying to be hopeful that that's what happened, but high chances that that's not what happened. Like, that is a higher possibility that might be
Yeah, which
what
is
happened.
crazy because they went through a lot of states. So where do you
Yeah.
even begin looking
Yeah.
for a
Where do you
5-year-old
even
and a
look?
2-month-old?
But they
She
went
wasn't
through
5. She was 3.
Oh, she was
3.
3?
She was about to be 4.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking 5 for some reason.
No, she was
I
about to
don't
be
know where I got that
4,
number.
and her little sister was about to be 4 months. My thing is they went through a lot of states. How the fuck was the last place they were seen in California?
Because they probably went straight from California to Nevada and got rid of her and her children after they had already gotten what they wanted. There's
And
no
I
way
couldn't find
nobody would have seen them from Nevada to Florida with 2 kids.
I also couldn't find or figure out how they found Camila's body in the first place. Like, what led them there?
Maybe somebody found her body just randomly and they figured out who she was.
I don't know. This one was interesting to me, and I wanted to tell it, even though it was short. Leaves a lot up in the air. Why did Christina and Frank do what the fuck they did? Where are the little girls? Why did they have to kill Camila? Like,
Yeah, none of it makes any sense.
no, it doesn't. Before I leave you, Shaina was born April 27th, 1997. She was blonde and had blue eyes. Sasha was born January 26, 2001, and had brown hair. The eyes were undetermined because she was so little. And if you have any information on the case, just call your local FBI office because it happened across multiple states. So any FBI agent will be able to put you, like, agency will be able to put you in the right spot.
Sounds good. If you enjoyed today's episode, let us know. Leave us 5 stars, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family, whoever. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.